In this section, we are going to start working with files. And I already have my Ubuntu server running and I have SSH into it. I'm gonna clear my screen and I'm gonna do ls. There's nothing right there. I want to create our first file. Remember when I taught you the touch command, touc, I could create a file. For example, I want to touch a file called dog. Then we do an ls, you'll see there is a file called dog. Of course, this file is empty. Cat, dog. There is nothing. Cat, use cat to read a file. Oh, what a coincidence, cat, dog. Anyway, now I'm going to touch a file again called broom. And we're doing ls, you see that's the file called broom. However, the content of broom is empty. If I say cat broom, there is nothing in broom. Now, I told you also we could also echo anything into a file. I can echo I love James into a file, redirect sign, the greater than sign, called James. If I hit an ls again, you see there is a file called James. If I cut James, you will see I love James. So you can use touch to create an empty file. You can use the echo command to create a file and put content into it. But in the corporate environment, or not just the corporate environment, you use all of these commands. But what if we want to write a lot of stuff, like several pages of stuff, or we want to go through several pages of a document, and we want to use like an editor? In our normal desktops like Windows, we have things like Microsoft Word, WordPad, Notepad. In Linux, I'm going to introduce you to the very first editor. It's very popular in Ubuntu distribution. It's called Nano. So I'm going to create a file called master. I'm going to say Nano master. And I'm going to hit enter. It brings me to this page. So I love to learn a lot of stuff. This helps me to master Linux. Since that is done, Control S to save. Just like in Windows, Control key on your keyboard, and then you hold it down and press the letter S. It tells you it wrote 2 lines over here, 2 lines written down. That means it saved it. Now if I want to exit, I'm going to hit Control X. Control key on your keyboard and the letter X for X-ray. There you go, I'm out of it. Now I can clear my screen again. I can do an ls. I see that master is there. I want to read the content of master. What command do I use? Cat. So that's a quick introduction to Nano. You can use Nano to edit as many things as you want. You can use Nano to write and then save. For example, I can just say Nano. Unlike the first case, I gave a name called master, but this time I'm just gonna write nothing, just Nano, and I hit enter. It will still let you type. I write, I love rice and beans. Now I want to save it. I'm going to hit Control on my keyboard plus S. It's asking me to write a file name. Remember, because when I wrote Nano, I never gave a file name, unlike the first time when I said Nano Master. This time I just said Nano. It's asking file name to write. So I have to give a name. I could call this one rice. I'll just call it rice. Then I'm going to hit enter. Then now it says it wrote 2 lines. Now I want to exit Control and X. And that's it. Now we're doing ls. You're going to see a file called rice. And I can cut rice and let's see what's in rice. Hit enter. Say I love rice and beans. So that's Nano. That's a brief introduction to Nano. There are hundreds of videos on YouTube. If you love Nano, you can go watch Nano. But we're going to be moving to the next editor called Vim. Vim is very popular. Vim is in almost all systems at work. When you go into enterprise system, you're going to use either VI or Vim. See you in the next video. Thank you.